Abandoned hospital. I heard screams from an unused operating room. Picture this, a dark, desolate hospital that time has forgotten. Its halls echo with the haunting memories of pain and suffering. Imagine stepping foot inside, feeling the weight of the past pressed down upon your shoulders. That's exactly what happened to me when I stumbled upon the abandoned hospital on a moonlit night. As I approached the decaying building, a chill ran down my spine. The moon cast an eerie glow upon the crumbling walls, revealing its sinister secrets. The doors creaked open, protesting against the intrusion. Reluctantly, I stepped inside, my heart pounding with trepidation. The hospital was a labyrinth of hallways, each one seemingly darker than the last. Broken glass and discarded medical equipment littered the floors, creating a scene of chaos. It was as if time had stood still, freezing the hospital in a state of perpetual decay. My curiosity led me deeper into the heart of the hospital, guided only by the faint beams of moonlight that filtered through the cracked windows. The air grew heavy, and a sense of foreboding washed over me. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was not alone in this macabre place. As I wandered through the dimly lit hallways, I stumbled upon an old sign that read, "Operating Room, Private. Keep out." A shiver ran down my spine, but curiosity got the better of me, and I couldn't resist peering inside. The operating room was a chilling sight. Dust-covered surgical instruments lay strewn across the metal table, a stark reminder of the horrors that took place within these walls. The flickering light bulb above cast eerie shadows, making the room feel alive with unseen entities. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, echoing through the empty corridors. My heart leaped into my throat, and I froze in fear. It felt as though the very walls of the hospital were whispering their secrets, their whispers growing louder and more sinister with each passing moment. I strained my ears, desperately trying to discern the source of the scream. Was it a remnant of the past, trapped within these haunted halls? Or was it something more sinister, lurking in the shadows, waiting to prey on unsuspecting souls? Fear gripped me as I made my way towards the source of the scream. The corridors seemed to stretch endlessly, each turn leading me deeper into the heart of the hospital's darkness. The air grew colder, and I could feel a presence closing in on me. And then, I found the room that held the answers I sought. The door creaked open, revealing a scene straight out of a nightmare. The walls were lined with shelves, each one holding jars filled with formaldehyde-preserved organs. The stench of decay hung heavy in the air, mingling with the scent of forgotten souls. But it was the operating table that caught my attention. Resting atop it was a figure, covered in a white sheet stained with age and decay. Trembling, I approached cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest. As I lifted the sheet, time seemed to stand still. The figure on the table was nothing more than a skeleton, a remnant of a life long gone. Yet, it was the scream that continued to reverberate through the room, growing louder and more agonizing. I realized then that the screams did not belong to the figure on the table. They were the cries of the countless souls that had suffered within these walls, trapped in a purgatory of their own making. The hospital had become a breeding ground for their pain and despair, a place of eternal torment. In that moment, I understood why this abandoned hospital exuded such an overwhelming sense of darkness and sorrow. It was a place where nightmares were born, where the line between the living and the dead blurred into oblivion. This was a place where evil thrived, feeding off the fear and anguish of those unfortunate enough to venture within its grasp. With a heavy heart and a newfound respect for the power of the supernatural, I made my way out of the hospital. The screams continued to echo in my ears, a haunting reminder of the horrors that await those who dare to disturb the dead. So, my dear reader, I caution you against venturing into the abandoned hospital. Let it stand as a testament to the darkness that can lurk within the forgotten corners of this world. And if, by chance, you find yourself drawn to its decaying halls, remember the screams that echo through the unused operating room. They are the cries of the lost, warning you of the horrors that lie in wait.